Good evening, everybody. Welcome along to Forever United TV. I'm Adam. This is your evening update show. There's no point in beating around the bush or just waiting around for what is actually going on tonight. You all know why you're here. We want updates on Victor Gyokeres and where we're actually at. There are so many reports going around at the moment. I'm going to dissect them all, go through everything. I'm going to break it all down, hearing from loads of different sides of the story on this one. Update on Bryan Mbeumo. Also, there's something on Jadon Sancho tonight as well, which is quite funny, which you're all going to enjoy. We have got an update on Marcus Rashford as well from Romano. Manchester United make a new signing, interested in another goalkeeper for Manchester United. There is so much actually happening tonight, this evening. We are going to have to crack on and get on with it. So here we go, basically. Not yet, and it's not a here we go. But why don't we just start with the man himself regarding Victor Gyokeres? Now, yes, there has been reports that have been, I think, verified that CNN Portugal have reported that the agent of Victor Gyokeres is currently speaking to Arsenal, and that is factual. So what? So what? He's going to speak to everybody. He's an agent. So let's listen to what the man himself, first of all tonight, Fabrizio Romano, has to say on the whole situation around Victor Gyokeres. And this is today, and this is where pretty much my title and my thumbnail have come from so far. So we have to decide amongst ourselves who we actually believe in this story and where we're actually going with. But let's start things off with Fabrizio Romano's look on everything regarding Victor Gyokeres right now.
What's going on for Victor Gyokeres? So guys, let me explain to you. Basically, there was a pact between the agents of Victor Gyokeres and Sporting since last summer for Sporting to accept this summer 2025, a transfer fee around 65 million euros plus add-ons for Victor Gyokeres. So not the release clause, 100 million euros, but 65 with add-ons. Why you say they don't ask release clause for this player? First of all, because they wanted to respect Victor Gyokeres, who had the possibility to leave the club 1 year ago and he didn't. Then the coach leaves in November and maybe any other top player would say, okay, I'm leaving in January. No, Victor Gyokeres respects Sporting, wins the trophy, the league and also the cup. So fantastic season with 63 goals, 10 assists, unbelievable season again for Victor Gyokeres. And so Sporting were prepared to give this green light. But today, the president of Sporting says in public that he's not accepting 65 million euros as fixed transfer fee for Gyokeres. He wants more. He said not the release clause, not 100, but more than 65. The player is not happy with that, of course. We saw on social media the player removing from his Instagram account the Sporting reference, so probably the player was expecting to be facilitated in his exit from the club this summer. At the moment, this is still not the case. The president said we still don't have an official bid, but let me repeat that the calls are still there. Manchester United have called last week, have called over the weekend, and have called again this week for Victor Gyokeres, to be informed about the player, to understand their conditions, to understand what's going on with Sporting, to understand if there is still a chance to make it happen financially after not making it into Champions League. So Man United have been in active talks for Victor Gyokeres in terms of understanding the situation, not club-to-club talks. There is no bid from Man United as of this afternoon, that we will see later in the next days. But for sure, now this tense situation between Gyokeres and Sporting is an important point of the story to tell you in this moment. So we will see what happens with Gyokeres, but for sure an interesting point to watch. And remember that he remains also on Arsenal list in case the Šeško deal doesn't happen. But for Šeško, the conversations are ongoing, advancing, and so Benjamin Šeško remains the priority, but Gyokeres is still on Arsenal list in case.
Quite a lot to actually get through there from Fabrizio, isn't there, regarding Victor Gyokeres, Arsenal's side of things, where they're at, obviously still in control of the Benjamin Šeško situation from their side. Now the reports have come out that obviously the agent of Gyokeres is speaking to Arsenal. I said before the Romano clip there itself, like, you'd expect the agent to be doing that now, and people are going crazy and reporting all sorts regarding this situation. Now United losing out, Arsenal about to hijack, leapfrog Manchester United. I've seen some of the reports go out there. Wait, just be calm. No need to stress or panic. Manchester United have approached this deal the right way. Fabrizio Romano himself there. Literally, you just heard the man speak, and what he said was Manchester United have been in touch 3 times now with Sporting. I said earlier on in the video, in the all-out war between Victor Gyokeres and Sporting, it is all-out war. The drama is Portuguese driven. It's nothing at all to do with Manchester United. So don't let it stress you out. Don't let it make you feel like United are being dragged into another saga. There is no issue with Manchester United in this at all. United are just doing things professionally. And we have spoken to Sporting 3 times now. We have a great relationship with Sporting. Obviously, we've been in communication quite a lot and quite recently as well regarding Ruben Amorim's departure from the club in November. So don't let reports that an agent, because he's talking to another football club, is the meaning that it's because of today's news that Victor Gyokeres, his price isn't going to change. United can't afford him, apparently, according to the Times. Like Romano said, Manchester United have contacted Sporting for the conditions of the deal. There is no face-to-face talks because there has been no bid from Manchester United, because we're not comfortable enough yet to make that bid. They're trying to work out the finances and work this deal out properly. Let's not forget, as this window has gone on, Manchester United didn't have Victor Gyokeres as their top target. So they've had to pivot and move away and now try to manufacture a different deal for themselves and get Victor Gyokeres in. This is a player that Ruben wants. So they're going to try and move heaven and earth to try and get him in for Ruben, probably, knowing that he is a good player anyway. And we're just having to deal with the necessaries at the moment of a bit of drama that's going on with Sporting and Victor Gyokeres. Look, whatever agreement was there, Romano called it a pact. They thought that it was going to be 65 million euros plus add-ons. That's not going to happen. Sorry, 60 plus 10 add-ons. That's not going to happen now. It's more than likely going to be approximately 80 million euros, which works out for Manchester United around about the, I think it worked out around about the 59 million euro, 59 million pound mark as a basic without the add-ons. So that's where United are struggling at the moment, apparently. And that's why United are now out of the race and cannot afford Victor Gyokeres. Manchester United can afford Victor Gyokeres. Don't let any tabloid or any article tell you otherwise. We can. It's if we choose to buy Victor Gyokeres is the only debate that's going on right now. Like Romano said, United have touched base. They've sounded out the conditions. That's all we've done. Gyokeres would like to come to Manchester United under Ruben's project, but he is also looking at the other options. This is what we've said from the get-go. So don't let anybody stress you out or dramatise this into something like this deal has been hijacked. There is no deal anyway in place yet officially. We just know that Gyokeres would wait for Manchester United if we could get the money together. Now it's on us to see if we can get the money, but now this complication has come about. It's just added a little bit of time and we need a little bit more patience before we get to the bottom of this and where we can go. United could easily just go back to Sporting and say, right, okay, is there a chance we can go somewhere in the middle here and get this price with these add-ons? We have done plenty of business with Sporting before, like I just said, and there is no need to think that this is going to be a dead story. Like, if United cannot go for him, they will pivot into other options on other strikers. Have you heard anything else about United moving for another striker yet? Osimhen wants to come to United. He dreams of Manchester United. We said that, but that's from the Italian side and him, not United. Gyokeres is happy and spoken to Ruben. Ruben's given options to Manchester United, but the powers that be still control the transfer because of the finances. Normal, day-to-day football business that you don't need to dramatise or worry about too much. It is worrying that Manchester United only have a certain amount of money to spend, but did we not know this when we went into this window? Should we not be happy as a Man United fan base that we've actually made two very, very significant signings already when we didn't expect much at all? And literally not even 2 weeks into the window, you've got people shouting from the rooftops that everything is going Pete Tong for Manchester United. It's not. They have it in control, and if they can't afford him or they think it's too dear, they're going to walk away. And that's all you need to worry about. And then there's another target. Who that might be? And that's where I get worried because I don't know. But again, Manchester United will not be ripped off by anybody. And we are not going to spend money on a player that some of you have even said is unproven in the Premier League. And you won't go as far, and they won't go as far as paying a certain amount of money because they're not fully convinced. I get it. Why have we bought Cunha? Why have we bought Mbeumo for more money than what Gyokeres is? You might ask that question. I'll answer that question by saying, like I said before, proven Premier League stats and sustainability, consistency, everything you need in the Premier League. They are both guarantees for for Manchester United in the Premier League, and they have got them for very, very good money. And that is why we've got them. Gyokeres is a fantastic striker, and I want him above any other striker that is available right now. I do. But I'm sort of with United on this. Like, there's only so far you can go before you have to move away and say, this is just too much. It's not quite worth it. That's where we're at right now. Best channel for truth, says Midnight Lover. Yeah, thank you for that, mate. And thank you to the community as well. We are realist on this show here, and we just break it down as it's been reported and properly reported on this. There are a few different angles to it. There are lots of different sides to this story, and there are different ways you could look at it. And you're all welcome to your own opinions and what you think the deal is. But when you're dealing with facts, when you're dealing with truths, you can only look at what's out there. Have United made a bid? No. Have they checked for the conditions of the deal? Yes. Is this after Manchester United found out off their agent that there was some form of deal in place? Yes. United have spoke to both the agent and the club now, Sporting, so they know both sides of the story. They've got nothing to do with this drama. They're just trying to find the best deal for them because this is the player that they want. So let's give it time, let's give it space. Look, if Arsenal come in and bid stupid amounts of money ahead of us, there isn't much we can do because that will be on Victor Gyokeres and his decision. That's it. I don't think Arsenal are going to bid more than what Manchester United are going to bid, and it's down to the player to decide. And unfortunately for us right now, it's come down to the player's poor season last season and why we are not able to get a player over the line, because we haven't got as much to offer as what Arsenal can offer. But like Romano says there, let's be very clear with this. Romano said Man United are still in this. They're still looking for this deal for Victor Gyokeres. They haven't given up with everything that's going on today. This is just a little bit of Portuguese drama going on right now. And United will hopefully find something out of it. If not, we move on to another target. It's very early in the window. There is plenty of time to make other deals happen. And I'm just not getting overly stressed about it at all. And if Arsenal, like I said, do come in and take him, well done to them for getting hold of him. Could United have paid more? Honestly, I don't know. But if we did pay more, you'd still find a lot of fans moaning and bitching about United overspending again. Look, let's just see how this one develops. But from where we're at right now, you've got Romano's report there. You've got a couple of other people now. Alfredo Padula has come out also and said that Arsenal are looking to hijack the deal. They're not. They're just doing what any football club would do when a player has said he is leaving Sporting and he's never going to play for them again. Oh, by the way, this guy got, 8 assists and 63 goals last season. So, yeah, I'm not surprised that Arsenal, a team in the Champions League who are looking for a striker that would give them that edge in fighting for the title that they've come close to the last 3 years and got close in the Champions League with, that team, looking for one of the best strikers in Europe right now. Yeah. And that's Arsenal trying to hijack Man United's so-called bid that doesn't exist. Don't listen to the shit. Just don't. You look at what's been said. You don't even have to be in the know to know that this is made up bollocks. It's just normal day-to-day football transfer stuff. And we move on and hopefully we can make something out of it. And that's basically it. And that's where we're at. But I'll tell you something that I was told. I've been sent a private message here as well. And I'll just read it out. And again, I'm not saying that this is definite. He said it in all honesty to me. I asked him a couple of questions. And he said to me, I saw that you were president of the sport. I saw that you seen the president of Sporting and his comments earlier on today. But there is a second part. The manager of Gyokeres, his agent, says he has messages from Hugo Viana, the sporting director at Sporting, with the agreement made, and he refuses the price of a certain amount of euros. The manager only found out about the 80 million when he presented a proposal from a big European club. This big European club was Manchester United. I know he has had a closed agreement with Ruben, but you can't say for now. You can't say what you can't say for now. They can't say that for now, up until this point because of it being between Gyokeres and Ruben. But what he's also said here is he leaves for 70 million plus 10 million in add-ons. The manager says he will release the messages. It seems like a Netflix series. That the president at the time refused to sign the agreement. Congratulations on your channel, blah, blah, blah. Thanking me on that one. CNN Portugal News, Manchester United made an offer of 60 plus 10 million. Juventus are also in the race, like we know. I think next week there will be good news for Manchester United and Ruben Amorim. And then asked a question about the Arsenal side of things. But yes, they are saying the manager is in London talking to them, as in the agent of Gyokeres. But as far as I know, they already has a pre-agreement with Manchester United. And that was him talking to me earlier on in terms of what he knows from the Portugal side. So whether that is real or not, I don't know. He said it in all... he's being genuine there and being honest with what he knows. We'll see what comes of it. But again, everything that he said there, even when you look at that, I'm not trying to say that we've got inside knowledge here and this is going to happen. What we're looking at here is actual factual information that's been leaked or reported. Whether that is real or not, we're going off the sources that are saying these reports, and they're saying that Manchester United are the ones that proposed the deal, and when they proposed the deal, it went to the agent, and the agent then went to Sporting. I mean, I don't even know if I agree with that bit at the moment, because United would usually approach the club. Maybe they don't, I don't know. Maybe the agents just passed this across to the club just in passing and talking that that's what Man United can afford. And they said no. That's when the agent of Victor Gyokeres found out that he's been telling clubs that it's 80 million for Victor Gyokeres. That's it, 80 million euros, so 70 plus add-ons. You've seen what the president said earlier on. He's not going to be leaving for 65 plus add-ons. It's not going to happen. They want 70 plus add-ons going up to approximately 80 million. Now, I think that works out about 67 or something like that in total for the whole deal. Some would say just pay that anyway because he's worth it. But when you look at everything that's been said there, from the person who messaged me to what's been said in the news, from Romano, from a few other journalists online today, what you've got to look at there is that a lot of these clubs were under the thinking that there was a cheaper deal on offer, and this is why everyone was piling in. Gyokeres and his agent has got wind that these clubs going through with these deals have been knocked back, and obviously then the agents found out that the asking price is higher than what it thought. So yeah, that is where we're at, and that's the fallout. But again, United haven't done anything wrong in this, and we're just going to have to wait this out now, I'm afraid. Let's see what happens from here. But let's get your comments in on this. Obviously, thank you for all of your comments from the midday show as well, regarding that update on what was happening with the big kick-off. We were just reporting what had happened and what the president had said, and trying to figure out a way that Manchester United navigate themselves around this. It's interesting. Marcus Plang, thank you for the joining of the membership club and that super sticker, my friend. Thank you. Andy Parker as well, welcome to the members club. Get your comments in, everybody. Pile in there and let me know what you're thinking right now. Let's just scroll up. Adam, if we had an agreement with Gyokeres, then we would then why would his agents be speaking to Arsenal? Don't believe this news, to be honest. It makes no sense. No, you could have an agreement in place with Manchester United. His agent could have an agreement. I don't think there is an agreement with Sporting at all. But agents are agents, mate. What have I said all along, Anthony? Agents run the world. Run the world of football. That's it. The power is with them now. And this is why the president of Sporting today has come out and lashed out. I would rather be dealing with Sporting than Gyokeres' agent, going off the sounds of this, personally. I'm not backing either side in this. It's not our fight. But I know United have done good business with Sporting before. So I think if United wanted him, if there was any deal on the table, United would have already spoken with Sporting anyway. But Romano himself said there's nothing, no bids at all. This has just been verbal conversations that are going around, Ant, more than anything, I feel. And I think it will be an agent saying, yeah, we like that deal, we'll agree with that under certain conditions, but he is still going to go around and do his job. He has to do his job, and that's all he cares about is Victor Gyokeres and the money that he's going to get out of it. That's it. It does not matter about anything else. He knows he'll succeed at either Man United, Juventus or Arsenal. But let's just see how it pans out on that side of things. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see if there was anything in that, actually, mate. Jonathan says, if we did not have Xerxes, I would be more concerned. Xerxes was improving as the season went on. Yeah, but he's not a striker, mate. That's the problem. He plays too deep. And I don't think Ruben wants to play and bring in his 2 10s with another 10 hovering around, getting in the way with no one in the box. I don't think that's the way he plays. What's the point in signing a non-proven Prem striker at the age for that amount of money when we're in a rebuild? We still need a central midfielder, goalkeeper and wing-backs. Who else were you going to bring in for a number 9 is what I would ask for that, Ramo. That's the only thing. I get what you're saying totally, and that's been a question that's been posed by a few people regarding his age and do we think that he is the right type of player at this stage of his career for Man United. But we've got to think of someone else to come in if he isn't the striker. He's the only one significantly linked with Manchester United at the moment, so that's why we're talking about him. There has to be someone else, surely, before we start moving away from Victor Gyokeres. Now, there has to be another line of conversation with another agent of another striker somewhere before we move away from this deal. So they're probably looking at what they can get out of this deal, and then they'll look to probably move on past that. Excuse me. Great content on the channel and loving the balanced approach and the lack of overhyped waffle you get on other channels. Sam's also a real one, but will definitely be turning in every day from now on. Thank you for that, and I really appreciate that, mate. I do like to break it down my way, which is the balanced way, and I have been that way throughout. I have got a problem with certain players, but hey, you all know who they are. Roz in with a super chat says, thank you, Roz. A good relationship with Sporting is key. Gyokeres will not. Gyokeres will know the last player we tried and sign from them. We tried to sign from them, I think you're supposed to say. Diamande next year comes to mind. I mean, what you've got to look at with this is, in terms of, I think Manchester United and Ruben Amorim knows this club inside and out, and I don't think he would ever want to rock the boat with Sporting and its fans and this football club. I don't think he wants to be on the end of this. I think he'll want a satisfactory ending to this, and if that ending is without Victor Gyokeres, then he'll move on to another target. No drama. No drama at all. Alright, Ruben absolutely knows that the score re Gyokeres, he must have him on a speed dial, and we'll be talking to him all the time. Yeah, I think he is in the bag, as United have not quashed the rumours. They were always interested. Romano said it right at the start of this show when we broke that down. It literally is there for everybody to see. Everybody can see it. Right, let's move on to other news as well. We are going to keep coming back to Gyokeres as things develop and get your comments in as we go along. But yes, Manchester United apparently, according to the Times, can't afford Gyokeres. Arsenal apparently have hijacked the deal. Romano says no. There is your summary of the opening part of the show. And Mbeumo for 60 million, that is apparently the price now, the Times is saying. So the Times are saying that Mbeumo is going to cost United 60 million and Gyokeres is too dear. Okay. Right, so are we believing the Times with these stories? What we're saying right now? Now look, there might be a part of that's right. And what you find here with journalists is they'll probably say 60 million. And you'll go, hang on a minute. 60 million? That sounds very cheap. Oh, no. That's just 60 million payment. And then there might be some add-ons on top. That's what they're guessing at the moment anyway. But it's still looking very, very comfortable with this as well. Apparently, Manchester United have had a meeting. Sully has also been talking on this one, talking about Manchester United's directors meeting to discuss the second bid. And it does look very, very comfortable at the moment that this deal is going to happen, as we've always reported. I'm not going to fill you with the crap of something being different. It's not. It's just that there has been several meetings at Carrington regarding this transfer, and everybody, apparently, according to the reports, is comfortable with this second bid, where it's at, the structure of it, and it is about to be official. So that's where Bryan Mbeumo is right now. Very, very close, and that is all you need to worry about. Or not worry about. I'll be happy about. It's not worry, is it? It's the wrong word there, but yeah. This is now obviously going to be I think a calming of the storm, which is brewing right now for some strange reason amongst Man United fans. I still don't get how everybody or not everybody, how some fans are up in arms about Manchester United's business. I don't get it. I'm over the moon with what Man United are doing right now. I actually love watching Manchester United operate like a proper football business. And I ain't got a problem with anything that's happened so far. I really haven't. The only concerns I've got is with a few of the players that are supposedly leaving Manchester United, which takes us into Mr. Jadon Sancho yet again. Last night we went into detail. I did have a bit of a mini rant last night on Jadon. A couple of people pulled me up on my sort of agenda against Jadon Sancho. I really don't like the guy. I think he's a cretin. I do. I think I said it last night. The word I used was slime ball. But this made me smile today. Because the story last night was that Jadon Sancho wants to go back out on loan to Borussia Dortmund and will not take a pay cut off his big wage at Manchester United. Basically wanting to rinse Man United for one more year. Scum. But a report today, not a report actually, a factual thinking from Borussia Dortmund director Sebastian Kehl. Again, remember him from them a couple of years ago when we were talking about Jadon Sancho moving? Yes, I remember talking about that guy quite a lot for the freedom fighter. But Sancho is not going back to Dortmund. He actually said, look, we do have communication with Jadon Sancho because he's been at the club a couple of times. We have a long-standing history with Jadon Sancho. But as things stand at the moment, Jadon Sancho is not in the plans to go back to Borussia Dortmund. So the story about Jadon Sancho wanting to go back to Dortmund isn't real and is not going to happen unless, obviously, Borussia Dortmund do change tacks. Now, they have turned down the bid, and Florian Plettenberg said that the Gittins deal to Chelsea is completely off, rejected. I think that will come back again. But a lot of people reported off the Gittins deal being off, meaning that Chelsea might go for Garnacho, and then obviously Jadon can't move to Borussia Dortmund, but there is nothing in the pipeline at all, apparently according to Borussia Dortmund, for Jadon Sancho to return. So there is no way that Jadon moves unless there is a big shift in the transfer developments over there in Germany, but not at the moment anyway. So that's your update on Jadon Sancho in terms of where we're at with him, as we spoke before. Fabrizio Romano has also been talking about Marcus Rashford and that 40-60% chance. 40 is going, 60 is not. Barcelona's situation with Ansu Fati moving to Monaco could bring up an opportunity for them, but still nothing. But Marcus Rashford has turned down apparently 2 Saudi Arabian bids and 2 Premier League bids so far to move from Manchester United. He is fully holding out. Don't want to get into detail about him. It's just an extra bit of information I wanted to bring to light. And Romano was talking about that earlier on. So, yeah, 4 different offers for Marcus Rashford this summer that he has turned down. He doesn't want to move to Saudi. I can't blame him, to be honest. No disrespect to the Saudi Pro League, but anyone who's 27 who's got aspirations of playing big tournaments doesn't go to the Saudi Pro League. Other countries might get away with it, but not English players, I don't think, anyway. I mean, you may think I'm wrong with that, but I don't blame him for that. But the important one was he's turned down 2 Premier League clubs as well already. I'm guessing one of them is Aston Villa. Maybe Spurs was the other one, because he said he didn't want to move to London. He's got his sights firmly set on Barcelona. We spoke about this morning, but extra detail about him turning down 4 clubs has just come to light, so I just wanted to make you aware of that one. You would have seen Manchester United early morning reports from Ben Jacobs regarding Manchester United looking into another keeper, Marcin Bulka. Polish goalkeeper, 6'6", a beast of a goalkeeper again, 1 year left on his contract, formerly of PSG, has got a serious repertoire of trophies behind him for 2 bleeding appearances for PSG. But yes, he was a big part of Nice, yes, that club, and you know who owns them, or apparently doesn't, according to UEFA rules and how Man United and Nice can play in the same competitions. You know what I mean by that. Yes, 1 year left, 15 million down on this player, euros. So a cheap goalkeeping option for Manchester United. Played a part in Nice getting Champions League football last season. So yes, the other club that Sir Jim's involved in is in the Champions League. The big boys, or so-called big boys in United, are not. in the Champions League. But their goalkeeper has 1 year left, and he is on Man United's list as a possible target. The story behind the goalkeeping situation at the moment is it's down the pecking order in terms of priority. Bainday will be sold. Vitek more than likely moved on again, as we've already said. But Manchester United are just deciding at the moment whether to go for a number 1 or a number 2. And I don't mean the toilet side of things there. I'm talking 1 and 2 goalkeepers. Sorry, that is horrible, isn't it? Apologies, everybody. But sometimes you just got to make a joke that's there in front of you. And yeah, Kaz will be cringing probably listening to that. But yeah, number 1 or 2 goalkeeper is United's decision at the moment. Obviously, a number 1 would be Emi Martinez. And that is United's top target still. But it's not going to come to light, the goalkeeping situation, until later in the window. But still, we talk about the noises and we bring up all the news that's circulating, so you're up to date with everything. I want to talk about Manchester United's latest signing in a moment, but let's get into the chats. And obviously I want to check on all of the news that is circulating around at the moment regarding Manchester United, so I'm going to bring you up to date with anything as it drops. Let me just have a quick look into the realms of news and Manchester United. As soon as I do this and click on a button, the screen just goes boom, and it's United everywhere. It is everywhere. There is so much going on at the moment with Manchester United. It is crazy. Manchester United are about to launch their new kit, by the way. That is happening tomorrow. The home shirt is coming out. I do have that home shirt on our kit sponsors. I'm not sporting one of the shirts today in the show, but OK Jerseys in the description. If you want a new home kit at a decent price, then it is there for you tomorrow. Go for it, everybody. Yeah, everything that I was talking about earlier on is pretty much there in the headlines today. Apparently Manchester United have missed out on Angel Gomez. That's what the media would have you believe. He's gone to Marseille. Again, I know. Let's see what else we've got in here. Nothing much, so let's get into their live chat. Hang on, let me just refresh this to make sure I haven't missed anything else and we're up to date. Okay, yeah, that's good. Let's get into the live chat again now. Give me your thoughts. 27 is a young striker, for God's sake. He can give us double digits for at least 6 years. At Barca and Bayern, main strikers are mid-30s. It's a fair point. It is a fair point that Suzanne has just brought up there. Susan's brought up there. It's age is always going to be a question, but if you're banging in goals and you're fit, then you're always going to offer more. Surely you're always going to offer more. And again, like, players are lasting a lot longer than they used to. A lot longer than they used to these days. Let's get some more comments in. Put the on. I don't know what that means there. Is that threat? I think it's a typo on that one. I was trying to read someone's comment there. Sorry, everyone. Whatever happened with Sancho, it will be all over with United next year, whatever happens with him. Yes, it will. Billy says, United made a signing today at centre-back. Yes, I'm going to talk about that in a moment, actually, Billy. Good on you, my friend. Good that we're actually looking at all of the other news as well as the absolute fluff and bull, which is going around right now. Hopefully if Sancho even turns up at United, people will call him a C. Yep, they'll see you next Tuesday. Give him SHIT. Gingy's well on him now. Like seriously, Gingy's angry Ginge man there. Not the original angry Ginge, by the way. Just Ginge in the chat is very angry. Send Sancho to Wrexham and let Ryan Reynolds beat the Deadpool crap out of him. We're getting very creative with Sancho solutions tonight, everybody. We really are. If Sancho stays for the money, it's time to finish his career. Stick him with the kids and forget about him. I wouldn't even stick him with the kids, mate. I wouldn't put them through it. It will make them worse. So, no, I don't want him with the kids. I'd just completely isolate him. That's what I would do. Thank you, everybody, if you have subscribed again today and you are new to the channel. I'm loving seeing loads of new faces in the chat as well. Get your comments in. If you haven't subscribed and you're hovering around, hit the subscribe button, people, because I'll bring you all of the real stories that are going around here on FUTV United TV regarding Manchester United daily. At least 2 to 3 live shows every day. We are fully committed. I'm fully committed, wherever it may be. Last week was on holiday, still bringing you the news 3 to 4 times a day. You know what it's like with United in the transfer window. I love it. I love talking to you lot. I think you are an absolutely brilliant community. And so if you want to be part of it, make sure you hit that subscribe button, everybody. And while you're at it, you might as well give the old video a like, hey? Give it the old thumbs up. Let's get over 500 while we're live. That would be nice. Creeping up there now. Super chat in from Zane. Hello, Zane. Where are you at, mate? All of a sudden, Man United fan channels are your best thing, aren't they, mate? Right. Gyokeres, Sesko, Zubimendi, Gehi to Arsenal. Get ready to cook, United. You can't afford them, mate. We know your PSR situation. It has been made very, very clear. One striker. You've already got Zubimendi. Well done. Gehi, at the risk of losing Saliba. Where do you want to go with that one, mate? Thanks for the super chat, though, mate. It will go to good causes. I'd rather pay Sancho and make him train on his own and rot. I said that last night, actually, Tony, didn't I? I was talking about how we deal with Jadon Sancho, and I said, nobody wants it. Nobody wants him there. He doesn't want to be here. He just wants United money. Can United make an example out of Jadon Sancho this season? I would love us to, but like I said last night, I don't think we can, because we need the money. It's as simple as that. We need the money, and we have to find a deal out of somewhere. Okay, moving on to that story about Manchester United making a signing. Yes, another young signing. A lot of people are not too excited by it, but this again is Jason Wilcox doing Jason Wilcox things. Exclusive, Manchester United have agreed a deal to sign 16-year-old Harley Emsden-James from Southampton, young centre-back. Several other Premier League clubs made approaches to sign the talented centre-back, but he was convinced by United's proposal of a long-term project and eventual pathway. This has come from Sully and Academy Scoop earlier on as well. He's been all over this today, which has been good. With everything that's going down at the moment at Manchester United, we do need to remember that there are huge positives with how Manchester United are conducting business, and this may not seem like a big signing. This might not seem like what Man United need right now, but let's not forget, this is a deal that can be something in the future. Nobody is moaning about Manchester United spending 1.5 million on Aiden Heaven. Nobody's moaning about Chido Obe at 1 million right now. Maybe, just maybe, Manchester United have brought in another quality young centre-back. He's only 16, by the way, so he's going to go into the youth team first of all, and then there's a pathway already in place, developed by Manchester United structure, Christopher Vivel and Jason Wilcox, for him to come into the first team at some point. He understands it, and if he believes in it, as signed for United ahead of everybody else, then there is obviously something there at United to attract these young lads. So credit to Manchester United's academy and recruitment team yet again. I just believe that this is something that needs to be mentioned in the midst of all of this big transfer carnage that's going on right now with the likes of Gyokeres and actually, no, it's not carnage. And I say this again, I'm going back and falling into the trap there, aren't I? It's not carnage. It's sensible. United are a week into the Mbeumo negotiations. We're pretty much there. It's quick. It's done. And Gyokeres, we're just standing our ground and seeing what happens. And not people would say, oh, United monitoring FC again. Monitoring FC. Well, there is a little bit of an incident going on at Sporting right now. It's nothing to do with us. So, yeah. But going back into the young signing again there, and what Manchester United have actually achieved there with Harley Emsden-James is that Manchester United 1 million in compensation with possible add-ons on top of that, not too much, and there is a 20% sell-on clause put in by Southampton as well. Let's not forget the influence of Jason Wilcox and his connections at Southampton are probably the reason why this deal has happened, because he was the sporting director there for a short time after he left Manchester City as academy director, and then United stole him away. I think he thought he had Manchester United's sporting director role nailed down. I do believe that he was really eyeing up the job that Ashwood had, And I think he's just outperformed him, and that's why he's where he is now. But in a couple of years' time, if you see this kid come through, will anybody be thinking back to this window and talking about that signing? No, they won't. It'll be forgotten about. So let's just make a big deal out of this signing now. Yes, we do need to see this kid come through and see if he has got what it takes. But from what I'm seeing so far from these young players that have been brought in by Manchester United, they are making a mark, and they could play a serious part in Man United's future. And it'll be a point where Man United are not having to go into the transfer market. Let's say, for instance, he makes it. Manchester United right now have a very young group of centre-backs, and next summer, United need to go all out and spend a lot of money on a centre midfielder, because we haven't got the money this summer. Manchester United have got our forward line sorted, hopefully, this window. Next summer, Man United will have Euro, we'll have Heaven, Leacher, De Ligt, still all 20s, young 20s, mid-20s. And Mazraoui, the eldest, will probably be around about 27. All of them players there. And you've got Harry Maguire leaving. Now, automatically, you would say, oh, we need a replacement. Well, no, we don't. We need to spend our money on a central midfielder. And deals like this, like we've already done, not so much the Emson James situation right now, but the Aiden Heaven. This is a prime example of Manchester United lining up the future of this football club and saving the club money in the future, developing from within. And we've seen it already. This is very clever recruitment for Manchester United, and nobody will talk about it because it's not big headlines. So there you go. There's my big piece on that one. And I didn't want it to go under the radar simply because I think it is quite relevant right now to what's going on. It's the other side of things is where it's at. But yeah, let's open up the lines. Let's get you in on your comments now again, please, everybody. Thank you for the 500 live likes. I love that. London, thank you for donating that membership. That's gone to Kazi. Please make sure you're thanking Kazi in there. Gyokeres is at Arsenal's training ground. No, he is not. I don't know where you heard that from. His agent is in London speaking to Arsenal. Not Gyokeres. He isn't speaking. It's the agent that does that talking. Gyokeres would not be at Arsenal's training ground. Cabbage comment. With the price going up for Gyokeres, can he buy himself out? We pay what we offered and he pays the rest. He's desperate for a move. He can afford to make it happen. That's unprecedented, I feel. And I don't know if that's even doable in modern day rules within transfers. I don't know if United could even make that happen. I don't think United want to. United, in all of this, don't want to step on Sporting's toes. I think they want to deal with a club that they've got a really good history with and get this deal done properly. And if they can't get it done properly, United will walk away and the deal won't happen. That, I feel, is exactly where Manchester United are at right now, and it's the right place to be, I feel. I hope everyone is enjoying their summer months. It's lovely and warm in Manchester right now today. Having a nice cool 24 degrees today. Which is very good for us. We've had a few rainy days, but Manchester is hot right now, and it's hot in the transfer market. Oh, that's corny as hell, isn't it? Sorry. But welcome to the members club. Mitch and Modern Samurai has just renewed his membership as well. Absolute legends, the pair of you. Top Gun says, I have confidence in young signings like Heaven and Euro that can play now, and not so much the younger first that may get sold like VTech. Good point on that one, Top Gun, because that's where United are looking to obviously make a little bit of money as well this summer. And that's what I mean in selling a lot of the under-21 players. Not the 18s that we're talking about, as in the players that are really shining for Manchester United. The last of the under-21 players. We could be seeing players like Dan Gore go for Manchester United. That sort of transfer is what we can expect now. Let's see. Alan says, United need to get their fingers out or we are going to lose this player. Just pay what Sporting want. We have done this before and it has caused us problems, mate. So I can understand why United have not gone in on this. They still don't, I don't think, I don't think United understood exactly where Sporting and the agent were. Because you think what Romano said, United are in contact with Sporting. No bid, but speaking to speaking to the club to find out the conditions of the deal, speaking to the agent. There is obviously a discrepancy, which is public domain now, and everybody's talking about. But Manchester United are just making sure that this is, for me, I think the right deal for them, personally. I know I keep saying for me, I'm sorry about that, but I'm just trying to make it sound like it's just my opinion and not the news. Not trying to mix them both up and get you confused, but that's why I brought in the comments and the clip from Romano, so you know exactly where this deal is at. The agent of Gyokeres was under the understanding, and Gyokeres, that there was a deal to be had and an agreement. There isn't. And the club have clearly, I feel, now spoken to Manchester United, told them what the deal is, and United have spoken to the agents and said this is what the deal is. They didn't know, and they've kicked off. That's what looks like has happened anyway. So yes, everything is, I think, under control for Manchester United. Yeah, I mean, when you look at Ruben's point on this one, I mean, are we all missing the point? Like, is Ruben aware of anything that was in place or any deal that was in place? He was the manager. Have the directors at Sporting spoken to Ruben Amorim while he was at Sporting? And does he know about this deal that Gyokeres had? Nobody expected Ruben to leave in November. So does Ruben know about this? Are we missing the point? It's a good suggestion to make. Ruben knows about this, doesn't he? He must know about any sort of deal. Has this all just been blown up to make a bit of a saga out of it, to grab a bit of attention? Is this all being driven by Gyokeres' agent, and there really hasn't been any sort of deal on the cards? Look, Romano said there was, but he would have only spoken to the agent from what he said. So what's Romano supposed to do in this situation except speak and talk about what he has been told? And if an agent has told him that, then that's the understanding. I think he has said that in that little clip that we played, which was that it is his understanding that this is what has been said and this is why there's been the kickoff. He's only explaining why this is going on, but we all know anyway, because the sporting director, the president of Sporting has been out today and dropped that bomb, which we've all been talking about. So I do believe that you have to look at that as well, and like bringing Ruben into this. Ruben would have known, wouldn't he, being at Sporting before? He would have had an idea about what was going on. Surely. He must have. But look, who are we to know in this? It'll all come out as we come. So just to round up all of the headlines again, everybody. Obviously, we are very, very close now to a deal with Bryan Mbeumo. It is thought that the Manchester United board of directors, or whoever the recruitment team, have met again. Everybody seems confident with the structure of the new deal, the new bid that's about to go in, and it is about to be official. And I think actually before the end of this week, we might actually get that "here we go" from Fabrizio Romano. I think that's what we're looking at right now with Bryan Mbeumo. And just to bring up Bryan Mbeumo as well in this, let's think positive. We've still got to get that deal over the line yet, and getting that deal in is making United stronger anyway. So that's how I look at it. Interesting one from, looks like Graham Bailey here as well, just talking about the Benjamin Sesko situation. Benjamin Sesko is growing concerned about RB Leipzig's demands. TBR Football understands. Sesko is aware that Arsenal are still in talks with Viktor Gyokeres and could turn their attention back to the Swede if talks don't progress. Now, again, high price being asked, and like Romano said, Sesko is still priority number one for Arsenal, and they're looking to get that deal done still. So again, you've got two strikers here concerned about the club thinking of the club's best interest, which you would do anyway. But Sesko could have gone last summer, but he didn't. He decided to stay. Whether or not he thinks that gives him the right to be able to be sent a bit cheaper, or sold a bit cheaper, sorry. Pretty similar to the situation with Viktor Gyokeres right now. So you've got both of them really fighting each other out here at the moment. So I don't know. Would it be funny if we ended up going Viktor Gyokeres to Arsenal, and then Sesko came to Manchester United in a massive 180? That would be crazy, wasn't it? But yeah, that's where we're at with everything right now. You know about the Gyokeres information. You know about the Bryan Mbeumo. They're the two big stories right now. So get into the comment section when this live has finished, everyone. And make sure that you get your thoughts across in there. I'll have a read through a few of them tonight as I'm relaxing. I've got a feeling that, I don't know, one of these nights there's going to be a late night show. Something's going to drop. So all the lights, the studio will stay on and I'll be ready to go. So to make sure that you are fully aware of that video, you've got to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification button. You will be notified of that breaking news because I will be live talking, all excited about Man United making another signing because it is positive right now. I don't want to have anybody make you all believe that it isn't. I'm telling you. I am the other side to this transfer window. If you like the positive look as well as the real look, which usually means the negative side, and you just want it being balanced, this is the show for you. Hit the subscribe button, hit that like button. Thank you everybody for your contributions to the show. Mods, fantastic job in the live chat. Yes, again, thank you so much for all your work in there. And I will see you all, unless there's news tonight, at 8 o'clock sharp in the morning for your morning updates. Them morning ones are getting really, really interesting now because the news is just, it's grabbing, innit? It's starting to really bubble up now. But for now, that is it, everyone. Thank you so much. Have a fantastic evening. I may see you later, but if not...